Why is our trunks open, you ask? Because G is peeing behind a tree. What's up, guys? Your boy Pointy back. This is G. It's been a year since I posted a video, so about 1 year later of ownership, we have some things to share with you. So that if you're considering buying a Supra, you know, we'll give you some of the pros and some of the cons. So after a year of ownership, I have tracked the car once, and I've probably put about 17,000 miles on my car. I got both oil changes that are provided by Toyota Care. So looking at the numbers, like the oil change was what? Almost 200 bucks. No, it's like 150 bucks for an oil change for that car. So it's pretty pricey, but you know, nothing more than like, you know, 2 oil changes in like one price. So this guy here does his own oil changes. How much do you pay for your materials and stuff?
80 bucks.
Yeah, so you're planning on doing an oil change, you might as well just do it yourself. Will just be the handiwork of getting your hands dirty, but you got the homies, right?
Yep.
So along with this whole year has passed by, I haven't posted any content because I was having too much fun, and yet along the way we met all our friends like G, we met Vanna, Ken, we got Kong, Jackson,
Chi,
Tujer, and John Wick. And during that time,
oh, wait, CK too.
And CK, you got CK, you got Koo, Jim, right?
Jim Wagner.
Yep, Jim Wagner. But we have met so many other friends, like even like Katie and all them peeps. Throughout the whole year, we've been through so many car shows. We did some modifications to our car, added some quality of life to our driving. We did some fun stuff aside from like track. So we usually go on like weekly cruises, especially this guy. We go to the lake like almost every Friday. I've been dailying my car even through the winter, so hopefully the salt won't build so much on that. But I've been trying to do like maintenance and like washing it every like twice a week. So I have like an unlimited car wash. Like I bought the car, I don't plan on selling it, so I'm just gonna drive the crap out of it. Why not, right? So now we're gonna present to you guys some of the pros and cons about the Supras. Where do we start? I don't know where to start. What were some of the pros we had?
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah. Shit. We talked about all the cons, man. But pro, like one of the pro things, like this car, the more you look at it, the more beautiful it is. I feel like the more we drove the car, like the more we started to appreciate the car. Like a lot of the crap that we've been getting is like, oh, we're driving a BMW. But guess what? I own the car and I'm having a blast with it. The car is really fun to drive. It's very responsive. When I took it to the track, I never realized like how sensitive brakes can be. The braking to this car and the handling, phenomenal. Like I've tried doing like hard turns on my G37 when I last owned that. Not as great as this. This thing is fun. What do you like about your car, G?
Everything about it. I don't have a lot of things to say because a lot of people already said it, you know, how beautiful it is, how great of a ride it is, you know, everything about it. So I don't really have much to say, but it's a fantastic car.
Another pro that we have for the car is when you're driving the car, it actually sounds really nice with its stock turbo and stock intake. G and I actually modified our intake to the MSTs, and it's like the most obnoxious, loud sounding intake that you'll have for the Supra.
Gotta have that V2.
Yeah, I got the V1 because you have the turbo inlet too, right?
Yes, sir.
And I don't have that, and it wasn't that hard to install, was it?
Nope. Piece of cake.
Yeah, when we did mine, we only took like what, an hour and a half,
like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe it was because, like, you know, jacking the car and all that stuff. Ride comfortability is actually really good. One thing I actually do enjoy about my car is if I share my car between my mom or myself, there is 2 settings for 2 different passengers. for the car. So that way she just pushes number 2 because that's my mom will have her seat adjusted automatically for her before she gets in the ride. And then I am also like, it also works with the keys, right? If I recall, I think because when you buy the car you get 2 key fobs. I believe each key fob is its own memory card of the different person who owns the key fob, so that will adjust what shows up when you start the car on your screen. It's probably something we'll test out, so we'll probably myth bust that one on like the next video or something. Speaking on the topic of key fobs, one of the things that I like about the car's features with the key fobs, I think it's inherited from the BMW, is the shortcut features when you're like unlocking a car. So for example, you take the key fob and you do double clicks and hold, it will actually open your windows for you. See? That's pretty cool. And if you try to do that with the lock, it failed. So that's a con now. I mean, earlier I tried it out, it worked just fine, so.
It works.
It works. But yeah, you know, what you saw it open the window at least. But now it's a con that it won't work all the time for whatever reason, but it's still a cool feature when it works. Yeah, I give up.
Okay, try mine.
Yeah, go to your, okay, do your thing. Oh, yours whack too. So that's a new con now. It doesn't work all the time. What the heck?
Well, we're doing it wrong.
One button hold? Oh, one button! Okay, it works! Okay, single button presses go. Alright. There we go. Okay. So enough about the key fob. Like, that's pretty much like all the pros that we got for it, other than like, you know, how fun that car is gonna be when you're driving it. Some of the cons that we'll share, it's gonna be basically talking about the ease of accessibility of the car and, you know, some of the functions of the car, but nothing like crazy critical that's gonna, you know, deter you from buying a car. Hopefully, maybe not. But one of the things that we do want to talk about is the car comes with closed vents. When you read articles and stuff like that, especially what, you know, when we were talking about it in our group chat, some of the things that we talked about was closed vents, and everything is still functional with closed vents. That could be a pro because, you know, the car still functions as it is and how it's meant to be driven because of the design and, you know, what they researched and put into that. Another con that I thought of, and this is based on me, is like the closed vents just seems kind of turned off. Like, why would you close the vents when you can just like let it be open? You know, might as well. The good thing about it being closed, especially in the winter, is salt. So at least it prevents, like, you know, some of the salt from getting into like your engine bay and stuff like that. Another thing with like the front of the car is the license plate bracket. The bracket that they provide you from Toyota looks like crap. So you actually got to drill holes on like the front nose of the car, and the bracket looks so weird. The only person that had it in our group was Jackson, and his had like remaining holes, but he took that thing off. And now basically like all our guys drive with no front plates except for him now. He actually had his off. And I actually have a bracket for mine to have my fronts on. And I'm probably gonna rock my new front plate shortly with a tow hook front mount, so that way it's also to the side. Another thing that I don't like about the design of the cosmetic parts of the car is the clamshell hood. The hood is kind of like wide, so like when you're trying to buy like, let's say a full carbon fiber hood, that carbon fiber spills to the side. And if you look at the fender line and where the door is, like you'll have like a little square piece of carbon fiber that will, like, you know, go over, which seems pretty weird for the lines of a car to have like carbon fiber, unless you end up getting like carbon fiber fenders. But that's basically it for the hood. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a new hood pretty soon too. Talking about like the design and some of like the weird points, probably the side skirts. Where the side skirt meets, G can probably explain that one to you.
So where they meet, it's known for like having rocks getting stuck into them. If that gets to you, then it's gonna be an issue.
We went on countless cruises where like every time we finished a cruise, we had to go back to HQ, which what we call our garage, by the way, we would have to go back to HQ and, like, you know, dust off like those rocks that gets built up by the side skirt joints. It just looks really funny, and it's weird how it just gets stuck there. So one of the aftermarket parts that we do have on our cars to preserve the body is mudguards. We both have ZL1 mudguards. Mine actually came off because the clips kind of just flew off, so it started flapping around. It's actually being tucked into the liner right now. After like our first cruise, we went to, we call it the chicken run, and we went to the back roads. We had a crap ton of rock chips everywhere, at least for those who didn't have the mudguards. You and I had the mudguards by then, and we were able to at least, like, you know, minimize like how much rock chips that we got. So only like our hood is like the only thing that got it. So another thing that bugged me is the wind buffeting. So for those who don't know what wind buffeting is, it's basically when you drive a certain miles per hour, the air gets into the air cabin and it just sounds like air clapping your ears, and it's annoying as heck. There is a fix for that wind buffeting, and G and I basically went the cheap route. $10, you get these adhesive clips. No, not clips.
This
strips.
would be a door guard.
Yeah, $10. You can invest in like some door guards, and you just put it right by the arms of the mirrors. And like when you're driving 40 miles per hour, usually you get the buffeting, but now you don't get it. Heck, I think I went as fast as like 90 to 110 on the track. We didn't hear any wind buffeting at all, and even our cruises, like, it works just great. So another thing about our car is, at least for me, it doesn't have a trunk access button that's convenient for you to like put stuff away. You would either A, have to open the door and push the button in your car, or B, use your key fob. I actually invested in a button for my trunk, and thank you Driveway Labs for you know, making this invention. It's pretty cool. We'll probably do like an install video of this in the future. We'll probably you know, star some of our own boys like Chi. He's like our handyman who races out on the drag strips. So Wisconsin's fastest.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's fastest Supra right now. So you'll probably get to meet him in some of our videos pretty shortly. But the boys are actually coming on their way to come meet us, who lives in his area. They usually drive like an hour and a half to 2 hours to come hang out with us, and they come like every week. And so like I'm surprised like they're on the way right now. So you'll probably see them in a bit. And then this is one of G's cons, and he'll tell you about it.
For me, it's the wheels. I hate the two-tone. I wish they could have just stuck with the A91 all matte black, but you know, some people like the two-tone, but me, honestly, I don't like it. And another thing is the bolts. I don't know why they didn't just stick to regular lug nuts. Makes it 10 times easier taking your wheels off. If you're, you know, if you like messing with your car a lot or cleaning your wheels, it's so much better, you know, with just regular lug nuts than the bolts that comes with it.
The last piece about the outside of the car is when you lock your door, it actually shuts off the car. So if you forget to lock your door, your car battery still drains. And that is a huge negative, because sometimes I forget to lock my door in the hood. Some of the next cons that we do want to talk about is the interior now. So where the cup holder is designed, you have a front and a back cup holder. When you put a beverage at the front, that's usually where your elbow goes for comfort, to like, you know, be near the control area. Every time you put a drink right there, is more convenient for you to like grab and drink, but then your comfort level of driving actually is scary. So it's a weird thing to complain about, but you know, we always have to put our cups at the back holder, so that way we can still drive comfortably. Another thing for one of the cons, I use Apple. G actually uses Android. One thing I don't like is Apple CarPlay. Sometimes it gets really wonky where like when you're using your car normally, sometimes Apple CarPlay won't connect. And so you have to do this whole workaround of switching into your mobile device settings, go to regular Bluetooth, go back to Apple CarPlay, and then it reconnects by chance, hopefully. And sometimes it fails, sometimes it doesn't. So it's not consistent when it stays on. It would only happen like once every 2 weeks for me, and it's still like not a great thing.
No Android Auto friendly. But there is aftermarket, but I'm not going that route.
Another thing about the Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, the music entertainment system is the steering wheel control. I feel like it was not programmed properly to make it easier to like switch your music when you're trying to drive. So you had to use the center control, you know, which is cool, which is next to your shifter. But you know, when you're using the controls on the steering wheel, you have to like toggle through menus on your dash if you have a HUD, and not all the time that you'll see like the menus that you're looking for. So you have to toggle while you're driving. You know, as much as the HUD is supposed to minimize distractions, I feel like it's adding more danger to when you're driving. The only other thing I don't like is the climate control features that it has. It's great that, you know, each person can have its own temperature settings, but one thing is like it's not an easy button to like keep everything consistent. If per se like you had no passenger, like it's still at like 80 for them and like 70 for me. 69. But otherwise, like, you know, like that's basically it. There's always more later. I mean, you'll probably find more updates. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, comment on our videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll probably send up the next update probably once a month, but as we get more into the season, maybe weekly uploads. So we'll see. It does take quite a bit to, you know, edit and stuff. So we're trying to get more of the guys to. Oh, our friends are here.
Who there? John Wick?
Been a while. Find a tree.
These are the boys. They're from McClare, Wisconsin.
What the fuck are we doing at Chanhassen?
Okay. I wanted to record footage so that I can have like a year upload or a year update on the vlogs and stuff. And then I just want to go and chill somewhere at a park. I mean, you saw the group chat. And so we're like, all right, let's just come to the park. And then I was like, I gotta do a video thing. And then we're just gonna like.
I hope Tuju Ping in the background is.
Damn, he went further than I did. I went right there.
He literally just pissed behind that tree right there. Well, the boys are here. But yeah, that's gonna be the conclusion of our video. Well, this dude's like coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on our videos. We're gonna probably post more, and you probably get to learn more about the homie. We're probably gonna do some rolls and footages and after this. So see you in the next one.